I told you before, once you have that done and once you pass that pain of healing, you'll be so happy that you got it done.
Yeah, I'm starting to, oh, we're on, oh, jeez. Welcome back, everyone. I am having such a wonderful time here doing the show I always do. And right now I have one of my, not only clients, but she's been my friend, and I absolutely love her. You know, I've met a lot of people in the years. It's 18 years doing the show. A lot of people. And sometimes you just meet some people that just you click with right away.
Yeah.
And so I have with me Alexandra Seals, and she is the owner of King's World of Marble. And I want you to know, everybody out there, if King's World of Marble can't fix your marbles, good cracks, nobody can. I want you to talk first a little bit about yourself and about what you do, how long you've been doing it, and what makes King's World of Marble different.
Well, here's the thing. I just was looking back the other day and I go, I can't believe it's been 30 years.
Wow.
Here alone in Phoenix.
In Phoenix.
alone.
Wow. I got to write that down.
And then Seamus was before in San Diego and in Boston and London and Australia and Ireland. So he has a huge history with that. But, you know, so we've been doing it here in Phoenix for 30 years. And it's the difference between us and other companies. And I just noticed that because, you know, I'm building, right? And I just had my granite put in. Oh, boy. And that's actually from a company I refer a lot of business to.
Sure.
And so, you know, dealing with the trades, with the installation, and watching them just kind of, you know, scratch their head because certain things didn't work. And my son, Travis, who works with us, he turned around and says, Mom, you need to stop being a helicopter client, okay?
Yeah.
Finally, after 30 minutes, I go, okay, I'm going to helicopter.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, here's the thing. European trained,
It's
number
different.
one. Big difference.
Big difference.
Now, I have to just say something about you, okay? There's not very many women out there like you. Like, you know everything, almost a lot, not a little about a lot about a lot. And I mean, when it comes to building and construction, all that, you know, I mean, you should see her home that she's putting together right now. You're building it, and I want you to know it's her first.
It's my first house
that
I
she's
did all
building.
I did all
Not
the
your
plans.
first home, but your first home that you're building and from the ground up.
Yep. Well, not just that, but also the plans. I did my own plans.
The plans, and she did it all herself. And the wonderful thing is, it's wonderful that you know what you're doing. And she's literally put together almost every nail, every, I don't know which.
There's like in the kitchen, there's 37 cabinets. I put every single cabinet together.
Yeah.
And everybody looked at me and going, "Are you nuts?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I know I am.
But and by the way, when you talk about nuts, she put them in as well, and she knows how to do it just perfectly. So I'm just saying this.
Well,
we were talking.
I have to say, because, you know, Seamus and Travis does the granite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they actually did a lot of the, you know, you've seen the pictures. It's all sleek
Beautiful.
and everything is built in, goes all the way to the ceiling. And so there's a lot of coordination has to be done, a lot of calculation. And so I said to the guys, because they did a fabulous job even on that, and I keep saying, just think granite. Think granite. It's the same way, just the cutting is different, okay? Mm-hmm. So all that special work they do in granite, or when we did the installation and fabrication, it came all back and it was transferred into woodwork.
Okay.
And so they've done a fabulous job. You know, I started out a little bit, you know, I'm like,
Yeah, you don't know what you're dealing with when you're
and
dealing
then
with her.
once we got it organized or whatever, I have to say, I couldn't have somebody in with this woodwork better than these two did. Okay, so all that, again, all the European training comes in where details.
And you know, when you have a home, you have granite. A lot of people do here.
Yep.
And let me just tell you, it doesn't have to be just granite on your countertops.
When
It's anywhere.
it's not just granite, there's so many different natural stones.
Stone, natural
Okay,
stone is
yeah,
what we should
yeah,
say. But
it's-
you say marble, so you
Well,
know.
yeah, it's marble, granite, soapstone, travertines,
So
all
much.
these different things, you know. And it's kind of funny because everybody was teasing me, what are you gonna put in? What are you gonna put in?
Yeah.
For mine, right?
I saw
And
it.
You saw it,
It's
right?
beautiful.
And it's leathered. It's actually a leathered stone, and it's not even granite. Okay,
What-
it's in between. It's between the marble and the granite.
So let's talk about, so let me just tell you what King's World of Marble does. First of all, we've been talking. Right. But let me tell you what they do. First of all, they fix your cracks. And a lot of people have cracks, right?
Yeah.
In terrible places. And this is what I love about her, that I can actually do this with her. And on the air, by the way, live show. But
Right.
people have cracks in their granites, right? And but it also could be artwork. It could be so much. And I want you to kind of talk a bit about that. And I'm going to give out their information because right now I know the holidays are right around the corner. You might want to have something fixed. You might, I don't know how long it takes to do that, but you might want to do that. Let's talk about how you fix cracks.
Well, there's like I said, we just don't do cracks like just cracks. I mean, it's chips, it's modifications on like sink modifications, changing different things. But most people, when there's literally a big crack going through your island or your countertop, most of them going like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
Okay, and yes, we can fix it, and then a lot of times we can make it where it's almost invisible.
Wow.
Okay, so it depends on the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but so yeah, there's a lot of work goes into it, but instead to pay another $15,000 to replace, you pay a fraction to
Yeah.
have that done. But the main thing of a lot of this is, and the cracks really, the issues with cracks is people do not do their maintenance. Okay,
It's all
and
about
so-
maintenance,
and
and
it's
you don't
about
realize,
maintenance.
nobody realizes
Yeah,
how much
yeah.
maintenance comes into play with
Just
a lot of things.
just a pinhole in your sink section, okay, with your silicone. Just a pinhole of that, water goes in, and that can create havoc underneath.
Mhm.
Okay, so the older days did it rods, and so the rods will rust out, and that rust will expand, and that causes a crack.
Mhm.
Okay, and so therefore it's like I keep saying, maintenance.
Right.
Now, so on the other hand, like you said, we do other things too, like artwork or different things. Like right now, they're doing on a high rise. Somebody had a flood, and the water went into the cabinets, and from the stain of the cabinets went onto a white floor, literally like a soapstone. And so you have all this rusty, yucky stuff going in there. So the guys go in and they're literally refurbishing the full floor.
Mm.
And that's, again, it's an art because you have to go in, you have to pull all the stains out first and then repolish.
Wow.
So that's one issue. Then we do a lot of artwork, artwork has tendency to break, chips or all kinds of stuff, and so restoration comes in, and restoration is, you cannot make it all look nice and shiny and clean or whatever, you have to restore it to the point the way it is original.
Mm.
Okay, so you can make it better, you have to make sure you are original.
And that's why you want to call King's World of Marble, because you've been around for 30 years here in the Valley doing this.
Right.
And you're talking about European trained. You can't just call anybody to do this. You want to make sure that you call a professional, and I think that's what it's all about.
It is.
And their phone number is 602-451-2689. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They're 5-star rated everywhere, and you can only tell why. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. You've done work everywhere. I mean,
All over.
big time, big places, not just houses.
Yeah, we're high end, a lot of high ends,
Mhm.
like hotels, resorts,
Mhm.
we've done granite in there, actually our granite work. And so, yeah, we go pretty much everywhere.
And when they say if King's World of Marble can't fix it, nobody can, we really truly mean that. You can check them out on their website, which is kingsworldofmarble.org. You can also go onto Facebook where you can see a lot of the pictures of different work that they've done,
Right.
which is King's World of Marble Maintenance. Now, why does it say maintenance? Because everybody's got to really work on you've got it really is all about that. Really quickly before we go to a break, which I can't believe it goes by so fast. When, you know, a lot of people will get a little tiny crack or whatever, and they'll say, "Oh, wait till it gets bigger." Is
Right.
that better to do or not?
No, it's you do it right away because it does get bigger.
Right. It
You
gets.
know.
I was just gonna say,
The cracks
do
get bitter.
you can they get bigger,
Gets
folks.
Better.
Bitter. And it's not better when your cracks get bigger.
Yeah.
It's better for you to do them when they're smaller,
Right.
right? And to make sure that, there's a lot of things that we're gonna talk about also after the break, which let me tell you something, sinks is a big thing right now, we're gonna talk about
Big
that.
time, yeah.
Their phone number again, it's 602-451-2689. Again, statewide, rated with the Better Business Bureau, been doing this for 30 years here. They are 5-star rated everywhere. Write the number down at 602-451-2689. Hang tight, we'll be back in just a minute.
That was fun.
Oh my God, Grace.
I know, it's been such a long time.
I know it has.
It's been a couple
See,
months
when I
ago.
get excited and I start going, so do the fireworks.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's so
Oh.
weird. Yeah,
Well, that fireworks is around for a while. I still have it once in a while now.
really. Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, but it'll get less and less.
Yeah, I've been, well, I should say, I've been massaging it like that, a little,
Right.
try to get going. But, I have some oil that I put together, it's a little, I don't know, I guess it's a recipe,
Right.
different oils that I've been putting on it.
Massaging it, yeah.
But I have, ever since Thanksgiving, I've been so busy and it's crazy, I'm not
Don't
taking
think
care
about
of me.
much.
Yeah,
Well, the other thing is, after a while, what I remember is where in the beginning you feel it, everything is right there, and little by little by little by little, all of a sudden you go, oh.
Yeah.
And once in a while you get a day where you go, ooh, I feel it.
Mhm.
But then you all of a sudden start forgetting about
Yeah.
it, and it becomes part of you.
yeah,
Like you don't even think that you have parts.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Replacement parts in there. you
Yeah,
know, so.
yeah. It's interesting how you don't feel it, like, you
No,
know, it's
yeah,
weird.
yeah. And mentally, it does the same thing. It changes,
Yeah,
you know?
and even what they said, that a lot of just that feeling that you have here is mental.
Right,
You know?
Well, not just that, but I forget where if I go to court or something, if I go through the scanner, and all of a sudden I beep, and they're trying to scan you, go, what do you have in your pocket?
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
going
yeah, I
like,
forgot.
I have nothing in my pocket, and then I'm like, oh, gee, hips.
Yeah.
I have hips. So,
It's crazy.
yeah, because I wear high heels now too, right? So, you know, I'm a granny, but I'm still having my little spikies there, and I'm tickling through the
I couldn't
scanner.
do it.
I've just worn this morning, right? And I thought, yeah, wear my pants. And then I was like going down the steps, and I stepped wrong. And the minute I stepped wrong, I was going, yeah, I better put my shoes on.
Yeah.
Nobody sees it.
I was wearing, I was trying on a dress for the wedding,
Right.
and it was long.
Right.
So it was too long for me already.
Yeah.
And they had only these 3-inch heels, right? But I had
Just
them.
3 inches. Did you wear
I
them?
wore them.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, wow, I can wear these.
Yeah.
I like
There
that.
you go.
They were thicker, which is
Right.
probably why.
Well,
but-
that's, you want the thicker one, so you don't do any of this, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But this morning, they were a little bit skinnier, and so I felt that.
The ones that I'm gonna wear they're not really high,
Yeah,
and they're very dainty,
yeah,
but they're still thick, but they're
Right.
very, it's a dainty little heel that, it's an interesting,
yeah. There you
different
go.
look. It's different.
But
anyway,
you're gonna be dancing at the wedding.
I think so.
Yeah, see?
I think so. I'm excited about that. I don't know if I remember how to, but
Yeah,
yeah.
you remember. It's like riding a horse, or riding a bike. You know, you're a little bit wobbly, but you go right back into it.
Hold on tight now.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome back. You know, at the break, we're talking.
We're talking
and
about
it's-
hips.
We're talking about hips. Yeah, because I wish
Replacement
you,
parts.
actually, I kinda wish you would have fixed my hip,
Yeah.
because it would have been done, well, I
It
don't know
was
whether.
done right.
Yeah. You know,
just-
it's one
you're
of those
just
things-
impatient. That's
Yeah,
all.
I know.
That's why I try to tell you that, like, on a weekly basis, just have patience. It's only been a week, it's only been 2 weeks, remember that?
Yeah.
So-
You know, it's interesting how though at times it does, it heals a lot of different things, right? And, but right now we are talking about marble and about natural stone. We're talking about natural, and one of the things that I said just before we went on to the break is about people's sinks, because now so many people have been changing their sinks and they
Right.
must have trouble with, oh my God, what do I do? It doesn't fit.
Right.
Tell everybody what to do.
Well, a lot of times, they just buy a sink, and I always say, no, just call us first. Somebody will come out, they will have a look and see what you have there, and then measure or say, okay, this is good or this is not good. Because we can always make the hole bigger, but we can't make it smaller, okay? And so that kind of, like, I have people with, they ended up with 2 different sinks, or 3 different sinks before it fits. Okay? And
That's not
so,
good.
yeah, but, they're.
Sometimes this happens. But
Sometimes
you
happens.
if you call them first, they can come out, they'll do the measurements.
Right.
They'll tell you, also, I think that what's good about it is that you help them decide also
Right.
what's really right.
Well, sometimes
the,
they wanna go into, the farm sink, and with the farm sink,
Yeah.
it's front and there's nothing on the countertop or whatever. And what people don't understand, if you do a farm sink, well, you have to modify your cabinets too. So it's like, hello, there's a
So
lot
there's
more
a lot
to
more
that,
to
yeah.
it. And a lot of times
And
that people
cost
will
too.
do, the do-it-yourselfers.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, there might be people that are very good at it, and a lot
Well,
of
no,
people
I get
today.
people was.
How many times you get calls from
Oh
them?
my God, I get do-it-yourselfers with cracks too.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going, who did this? Okay, well, I thought because you make it worse.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get somebody in who really is not an expert, and they're just think they can do it, and they repair it, and it's cheaper. Okay, so we're not the cheapest, I can tell you that straight out, but at least, we're worth the money.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. And so you have somebody else in there who doesn't know what they're doing, they'll put something in, and then the crack is even bigger. And so now we have to pull all this back out and then try to fix it and repair it the right way. And yeah, it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, and a lot of times I think what people do is they'll go onto YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and they'll get what they can do to fix it.
Well, even the polishing.
Yeah.
I get it where my seam cracked, and so I put something in there, and then I try to polish, but I can't get the polish back up. I'm like, well, yeah, it takes a lot of years to learn how to do this, and the right tools too. And there's some of the pads which you get, when you get a YouTuber or whatever, they tell you, well, it's this and it's this, and then when you're trying to do this, it's just not working. Okay, because you're not an expert.
Right.
And you're gonna make it worse then.
And you don't need to do that.
No.
When really, the main thing to do, especially if you ruin it, right? And it has to be done correctly.
Right.
And also, when you're talking about a natural stone, you have to have somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yep.
And I think the experience that you have of 30 years, your husband, I mean, oh my God, he has
50 years now.
of stonework.
50 years now.
Yeah,
Travis is now on 30 years.
on 30
Isn't that
years.
crazy?
So, and here's the thing, is when you call them, they're gonna do a free estimate for you, and let's show you what they can do to make it correct,
Right.
right? Not just okay, but correct and looking beautiful. Their phone number again is 602-451-2689, rated with the Better Business Bureau, but they are 5-star rated everywhere, and there's reasons for it. Check them out on the website. It's kingsworldofmarble.org. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. You can also check out their pictures on Facebook at Kings World of Marble Maintenance. Again, maintenance is so important. Also, I want to talk about the holidays. They're
Yeah.
coming up, they're around the corner, and a lot of people are gonna want, oh, I can do this, let me get it done.
Right.
Maybe you can get it done, I don't know, in time for that, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I do wanna talk about how, a realtor can give a gift, I think, for anybody who's bought a home for you,
Right.
from you or what have you. I think we need to talk a little bit
Well,
about that.
With the real estate is actually, it's a two-way street.
Yeah, it's a two-way
okay?
street.
If you're a listing agent, you can call us in, we can do an inspection prior to tell you and show you what needs to be repaired, because sometimes a repair is necessary, but it can be also very costly. Or we can come in and just spruce it up, and do a nice maintenance on it, and your granite or your marble or your natural stone will look like brand new. Okay, so that's one way. The flip side is when you're a selling agent and you're going to do a closing gift, you know, sometimes you get a bottle of wine or you get a voucher for a meal or God knows what. You know, why not give it for maintenance or help out if there is a repair, help out with something like that.
I think it's a wonderful idea. Their phone number again is 602-451-2689. You know, wine is always nice,
Yeah.
but you
You can do
know,
both.
yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, really.
Get a gift certificate and a bottle of wine.
It just
you know.
makes sense,
Yeah.
especially, I mean, being that you're a real estate agent, and it's ongoing. It doesn't mean it's something that you have clients that you've had for a while that you always want to keep in. It's called drip marketing, right?
Exactly.
You know, do
exactly.
something nice like this. It's a wonderful. Also, we've talked about this before, that there are people out there that are having work done,
Right.
and maybe you're listening and going, I wonder if my guy's doing it right.
Right.
Talk about that.
Well, we do inspections too prior, so, and we get called, literally we get called a lot out, I can't even talk today, a lot out.
You're doing good.
And for instance, on the new builds, okay, so we work with architects and builders and designers and other fabricators where we come in and either because they have an installation done, we come in, we do a prior inspection or blue tape it, you know, that kind of stuff. And so before you write out that final check, have us come in, make sure everything is okay, and then write it out.
Yeah,
you know?
it
And
makes sense.
It's a lot cheaper that way than afterwards.
Again, that phone
Yeah.
number to call, 602-451-2689.
Yeah, and so the other thing is too, where, for instance, well, like I said, we do the inspections, we work with builders, and we do the final, so that's what you mean, waving me in there.
Waving.
Just waving me. But the other thing is too, we deal with builders, where we actually do the final, meaning make sure that seams are nice, because a lot of times your fabricators, they do the seams, but when they do a top polish, they're not able to bring it back up all the way it was before. So just different things like that.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah,
There's so much. You have a lot of marble.
I have a lot.
Granite, you have a lot.
A lot.
And I mean, there's so many things that people don't realize that you might want to have a granite. I don't know if it's granite or marble in your bedroom. You have your headboard.
My headboard is
Yeah.
actually, it's granite,
I
it's
think
black
that's so
granite,
cool
yeah.
that it
Well,
is.
it's like, you know, I'm again European, we save everything, okay, and we try to repurpose. And so I have one headboard what was done out of onyx. We did an onyx job and there's pieces left, and a little square foot like this is like, $100-something, and I'm like, I don't want to throw it out. So I designed a headboard and I had onyx inlays and then a light behind it, and there you go.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah,
So
just
there's a
different.
lot of different things that you can
Yeah.
do.
Different ideas.
Different ideas. I think mostly what's important is number one, maintenance, which you have maintenance, I'm sure, programs for
Right.
out there, as well as do not wait till a crack gets bigger.
Right.
Make sure that you, first of all, if you even see any water leaking anywhere under your sinks,
Yeah.
that's a big problem. I think also people don't realize the discoloration could be water.
Well,
also
but it's not
getting-
just under the sink to feel a leak there. It's like your silicone around the sink, okay? If that breaks, but it has a tendency to break down. And so if that is not replaced or repaired, that's where your water goes in.
So I want to ask you a question on that really quickly. I know we don't have a lot of time, but somebody
Right.
might say, well, I had mine sealed.
Oh, the ceiling, yeah. Yeah, well, some people will, but you should, if you use your kitchens all the time, well, you're not just looking at it, but you're actually cooking and using it on a daily basis, have it sealed, because it's a natural stone. So, and a lot of times I said, check it out, put a little bit of water on your countertop. If it drips on it and it spreads out and absorbs in, guess what? You have no seal on it. It's not sealed. So if you're good with that, put a little bit of water on. If it pearls up and it stays there, you're good to go. But definitely every 6 months to a year, have your countertops.
Well, I'll tell you something, if King's World of Marble can't fix it, nobody
else
can, and we know that, and all you have to do is give them a call, especially right now, the holidays, maybe you wanna give something like this to somebody that has a home. Again, that number to call is 602-451-2689, it's kingsworldofmarble.org.
There you go.
I'm rusty.
Oh, I thought you were great.
No.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, you know what?